northwest England, nestles the peaceful Ancient Chapel of Toxteth, a Grade 1 listed building founded in 1618. Today, it is in the safe and loving hands of the Unitarians, an open-hearted and universally open-minded, all-embracing church group. Which makes it even harder to believe that 400 years ago, it was the epicentre of religious extremists, the Puritans, who believed they were chosen by God, were superior to other races, and most notoriously, the belief and the fear of the devil, and subsequently, witchcraft. The hysteria and fear of witchcraft was rife in England, and witchcraft was made a capital offence in 1563. Unfortunately, 90% of victims were women, usually old, poor women, and they could present no defence. Many women were singled out. However, elderly women, especially women with facial features such as sunken cheeks, missing teeth, a mole or a wart, were considered evidence of witchcraft. And if she had a cat, this was considered proof. Guilty, a witch. The founding minister of the chapel in Toxteth was the Puritan Richard Mather, who, in fear of persecution for treason from the King and the Church of England, jumped on a ship with his wife Katherine Holt and their 4 sons in the mass migration to New England, America, in 1635. He landed near Boston, Massachusetts, at the perfect time to preach his Puritanism, and established himself in Dorchester as a minister. Soon along came another son, Increase Mather, an even more extremist puritanical and central figure in the Salem Witch Trials.
Ciao Friday Funsters. That was a little bit different, wasn't it? I think it's safe to say if I was sat here in this very spot 400 years ago, they'd be knocking on my door or on my hut. However, we're all safe and sound right now. And what I've got is sort of inspired by those wretched women who were persecuted all those years ago. And I mean, to be honest, that legacy, as we all know, is still quite entrenched in culture, well, certainly here today. However, to them, I've got some Gothic vampire witch-inspired fashion to show you, and some jewellery. One piece that's just arrived that I just think is amazing. It reminds me of a spell. It's like what happens to you. It's like your aura when you cast a spell. This is a vintage necklace. I'm thrilled about it. It's my new favourite piece. And some pieces from my collection. And also those sort of looks I've been putting together. I've sold quite a few on Vinted. It happened by accident. I was just trying to get the hoard down. And I was putting together some looks to sell as a bundle, and all of a sudden this kind of amazing aesthetic appeared, and I was calling it Victorian vampire Gothic chic. Yeah, but I've sold a lot of them, so I'll just show you the pictures of those. But so the first thing I'm going to show you is this amazing latest delivery. Wait there, Bunty. Pew. Isn't that amazing? It's a vintage 90s, I think, possibly 80s, maybe 80s. Dolce Vita, matte gold, faux gold tone, squiggle necklace, and it's in segments. I'll show you it in a second, but I just think that looks like a spell in action, don't you? Oh, I think it's fabulous. I've tried it on begonia. It looked incredible. Obviously, she loved it. Not much, but there you go. Have a closer look. And that's the brand Dolce Vita. I'll tell you, I paid £5 for it. With shipping, it was about £9, and I think its value is around about 80 or 90. Obviously, it's not for sale. It's pour moi. Oh, isn't that terrifying? I just thought that was really sort of 1600s Salem's Lot witchfinder woman. You know, the women who sort of conspired against other women. You know them. Treacherous. Oh, terrifying. So yeah, I thought that was quite Salem's Lottie. David Soul, that's it. That's who I've been thinking of. Yeah, terrifying. Off it comes. Nope. So here, this is the sort of thing that I've been fiddling around with and having fun with from all those bags of costume jewellery and junk jewellery that you get in sort of jewellery hauls. But individually, each piece isn't really anything special. But together, when you put a look together, it transforms it. And I'm calling this one Vintage Deco. Hang on, no, that's not what I'm calling it. Wait a minute. There we are. I've got, honestly, seriously, the hormones come at you hard. I've got to look at my own Instagram to remember what I'm calling it. So that's the Bohemian Deco Gothic Vampire look. That one. And that's 2 pieces. It's a bib that is, I think it's a knockoff. It's a copy of an Oliver Bonus bib. And that's not vintage, and a vintage multicoloured multi-strand chain, which I think is probably Y2K, maybe 90s. But yeah, they look fantastic together. I just think it's so deco vampire goth. That's it by itself. Fabulous enough. Double fabulous. Right, I've got to show you this next look like this because honestly, I didn't write Windows. It's not my fault. So I'm just going to have to circumnavigate Windows Editor and show you like this, because we just never do anything if we had to follow the rules. I can't follow the rules. I don't know what they're going on about. So bear with. Magic. Yeah, this one was my absolute favourite. So that's 4 necklaces in there, and it's a modern bib, sort of large statement beaded choker, or you could wear that long. It's on one of those long ribbons. Normally anything on a ribbon I think, oh, you swine, bringing my levels down. But I've changed my mind. I'm completely converted. And that was unworn and unused, new, but had been obviously knocking around for a while, so it just needed a little bit of a brush up. And then there is a ram's head that was unworn, brand new. And here is a vintage glass wide drop beaded necklace and a long strand. So that's what they look like together. And I just think, oh, what am I calling that one? Victorian Gothic Vampire Collection. Yeah, that's sold. So there you go. I love it. I love it a lot. Okay, just done a little jog upstairs. I forgot the bag of cat roaches. Oh, hello. That's all to come. So I've just got a few. Obviously, there's another 1,000. But I'll just show you some of my vintage cat brooches. These, I'm serious, I would have bought individually, one at a time. So you can imagine. This was quite an active period of cat brooch buying. Busy, 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 busy little witch. Oh my god, I love it. Listen, if this is being a witch, I don't want to be anything else. Isn't that the immortal lines of Gladys Knight? Angry witch. And now I'm getting to the best one. It's an absolute classic, but hang on, I'm just gonna get all these. These are JJ. Is it? Who are you howling at? Oh my goodness. Are you receiving messages? Are you receiving messages from beyond? What are they saying, Begonia? Oh. All right. Let's just not get freaked out and carry on. Good job, I'm just the atheist. Right. What's going on? Begonia. Begonia? What? What? Oh, no. Don't even. Oh, this one I bought in the flea market in Madrid. I think it's really fabulous. The guy, I think he said, I was just desperate to buy something and I saw it. It's just one of those, you know, sort of mass-produced ones, but it's quite a sort of an unusual, sort of high-end mass-produced, if there's such a thing. You know what I mean? And he said something like £25. And I just, in Spanish, I don't know where it came from. It's something like, disculpe, as in, excuse me. And he crumpled. he crumpled and crumbled and withered and came to his senses. And I think I paid £4 for it or something like that, which was probably £2 too much. But anyway, here they are. Quid each, or €1 each. Disculpe, senor. Pardon me. I love this one. This is a lovely vintage mid-century little modernist number. Isn't that cool? Got that in Runcorn. I took a wrong turn and ended up going over the bloomin' toll bridge. And once you're over, you're trapped. You're trapped in Runcorn. Nobody wants that. Nobody needs that. So the only way I could get out was to go sort of around this kind of mini central reservation type thing where there was one charity shop, and I thought, right, I'm not going through this hell without going to a charity shop, and found out. I think it was a fortune. I think it was so expensive. I think it was like £12. So if you add on the toll there and back, anyway, disculpe. Hiya. It's a jolly little number. Oh, here's another fabulous vintage one. Oh, he's gone a little bit discoloured with age, I think. That's a 1970s sort of modernist one. Here she comes. Yes. God, she's scaring me. I don't know what's going on. Little kitten in a window. Fabulous. That's another JJ. And the last one, the absolute classic. Cat on a broomstick. Begonia. Lovely. So that's them. My love. What do you want? Oh, the voices. Are they talking to you? Is it the witches? Or the bitches? I think it might be food, but I don't know why, because she's been fed and what have you. So let's go and investigate. Come on then. Come on then. Back. I think she wanted to be outside to converse with the spirits. She doesn't want any more food. So I've let her out. She's in the yard and cooking up some spells, gathering herbs and eyes of newts. Meet witch number 1 in the coven. Look at her. That is an original 70s punk goth 2-piece dress suit. Yes, it is. Oh my God. Talk about witch queen. This is incredible. You better not have a hotter glass. Seriously, she will shatter it. And I found this in a charity shop. It smelt so strong of fags, pub carpet, and Pernod and Black. Yes. You back? Have you done what you had to do? Have you worked your magic and your mischief? Good. So look at this. Honestly, it's got them. And the dress underneath is that classic 70s sort of strange shift shape. Shapeshifter. Isn't that amazing? Oh my God. And it's got a full snake sort of texture. Oh, it's one of my favourite pieces in my collection. Love it. Next, let's show you the label. Wham! In the sort of weird witchy bamboo font. I think I'll call this witch Wendy. Wendy Wham. Ah! Oh, God. God, it's not easy to film witches, is it? Right, it's probably hiding a multitude of sins, to be honest, because I haven't ironed these. I got them out of the storage box. I've got them out of their coffin from the crypt last night at about 1 in the morning. So, apologies about the crinkles. But can you see this one? Oi, oi, oi. Also 1970s. This is New York punk goth. So Wendy was probably from Wigan. This one, New York. Isn't that amazing? It's a satin black sort of asymmetric hem with a massive bow and a single shoulder. I love this dress. I bought it when you could buy on eBay, and it was exciting. It was the early days. I think it was about 98 or 99 or something. Now I have completely withdrawn from eBay. I mean, it's not for me. No, not at all. Not buying, not selling. I am out of there like a witch on a broomstick. It's just too dangerous. I'm scared of eBay. So yeah, look at this. It's hard to see, but I'll give you a close up. Try not to shake. I've got a tripod, but I want to give you my action shots. And the brand of this dress is Vamp. So I'm either going to call her Vamp or Veronica. Or Vera. Nah. Vera and Wendy? Veronica and Wendy. Don't know, you choose. Vamp. Los Angeles, New York. I got this in a charity shop. It's new with tags. Obviously never been worn. But this is quite modern. This is from Marks and Spencer's. Oh God, Begonia. Why are you so frisky? What's going on? What's going on? Are you possessed? Are you possessed? Hope so. Yeah. Sorry about the rock and roll there. Bought this charity shop. New with tags from Marks and Spencer's. I think it's probably just a few years old. And it's that liquid satin sequin jobby that was in fashion probably before the pandemic, I think, really, when everyone was still thinking they could have a good time. But I bought it and I've never worn it either, but I absolutely love it. It's very comfortable. It's not scratchy. But, oh, darling, the shaking is her rubbing on the camera. What love. What you doing? Shall I see if I can find you something else in the kitchen? Yeah. Am I going to get a bit? No. Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you. Come on then. I bet you thought you knew me. This is actually my jacket. And I bought it off a geezer in Camden. And it stunk of cigarette smokes, but no Pernod. I think it was more of a lager drinker. It's just an amazing 1970s punk rock studded leather biker's jacket. It weighs about 14 stone. And I thought I'd put it on with that dress for you now. I mean, I don't wear it. I don't wear it anymore. I think I only wore it a couple of times. And I also bought his guitar as well. It's a resonator. Can't imagine why he needed the money in Camden. But it's gone. Oh, God, look. From the back, it looks like Eddie in What's Its Face? What's that film? Rocky Horror Picture Show. But I thought it was quite Cher-ish with the sequins when I got them out together last night, in the middle of the night. You know, if I could hold back time. Obviously, she wasn't wearing a dress. One of the all-time greatest moments in video history. Yeah, so there. God, it stinks. Oh, it reminds me of the 90s. I don't really want to be reminded of the 90s all that much. So yeah, I thought a little bit of Cher-ish, a bit of a Cher vibe going on there. And obviously Cher, one of the all-time greatest witches of Eastwick. Saying them all. Brilliant. Now, I think that's the end of the sort of the dresses and stuff. I know I've shown you a couple of those pieces before, but I just love the opportunity to get them out and play with them and enjoy them myself, really. I've got two amazing Gothic coats to show you. Definitely shown you one before. It's one of my most treasured possessions. My God, it's incredible. She just wanted me to sit with her. That's all. She likes to share her cauldron with me. Lovely, sweetie pie. So yeah, I'll get these coats out and show you. Just want to show you. Oh, look at that shine. Oh, it's like liquid. Look at me in my lovely shiny oil dress. Forgot to show you this classic early 90s, a little sort of corset bustier with the flesh tone underneath, if that's the colour of your flesh, like a sort of, well, it's my colour, like sort of a pallid, insipid peach. And black lace ruffle, it's one of them with the doodahs up the back. was a classic moment in fashion history. And that's by Rise. Rise, oh yeah. So there was Rise, Select, Quiz. Jane Norman, to a certain extent, was in that group as well. Yeah, you know them. Okay, so I bought this coat, I think, last winter, and it is a classic 80s new romantic cashmere wool blend Jaeger sort of maxi coat, and it's got the huge shoulders. I'll show you in a second. And I do have it up for sale only because I sort of thought that I had overstretched myself with capacity for coats. I think I have about there's over 20 coats, and that's ridiculous for someone who has decided never to really go out of the house very much, especially in the winter. We'll go out in the warm. I'm going out in the winter. I'm over it. So I do have it listed for sale, but it might not be for long. It might come down again, because wait till you see what it does. Has anyone seen Peter Cushing or Christopher Lee? They're needed. I mean, honestly, look how Victorian Gothic that looks. It's so vampire-y, the huge shoulders. I hope you can see it. I'm sorry I can't really show it any brighter, just because I've got my lights on it, and it's like absorbing all the life out of the sun. It's so soft, it's cashmere blendy. I love it, and I think I'm going to keep it. But it's super maxi, it's extremely long. It goes full to the floor, full pedal to the metal, and there you go. It's got that beautiful satiny, silky lining inside. Incredible condition, full 1980s, and that's the engineering I'm talking about in the shoulder. That is amazing. Honestly, lovely colour. And so that in itself looks incredible. Let me show you what it does. I'm keeping it. It does full Victorian pre-Raphaelite Gothic murderous. That's what it does. Look at it. With a belt, it's so 80s new romantic. It's like David Sylvian sweeping through the misty back streets of Kentish town. Hang on, she's levitated. Is that any clearer? No, hang on. We might have to fly upstairs. Wait a second. Nope. It's still too dark to photograph. It is the darkness. It is the most magnificent Gothic vintage black velvet, I think it's equestrian, coat that has ever existed on earth. I bought it in the most haunted street in Madrid as well, in the night, in a mist. It was everything. It's still everything. It's my favourite. I know I keep saying this is my favourite. This is my favourite. It's just amazing. Could it be? No. Could it be more vampire-y? Nope. Don't think so. It's amazing. Look at it. Oh, you can't see it. Maybe it's an invisibility coat. Oh, God. It's got magic powers for sure. If it's not the most witchy witch coat that exists, I don't know what is. That's that. I'm calling it. I've gone dry in the mouth. I'm so excited about it. I've had it for years. I keep it locked away in storage in a vacuum sealed bag, and I'm just happy that I've got it. Oh, that's all I need. I just need to know that it's there for when I need it. For when they come knocking on my hut door. They'll have to catch us running in these. They'll never take us alive, eh, Begonia? No. So there we are. That's the end of my witchy fashion show. And I'd just like to say a huge thank you to the secretary of the Ancient Chapel of Toxteth. I can't tell you what a delightful man he was. I could not have been more enthralled about the whole history of the chapel. It was 3 hours and it felt like 3 minutes. What an incredible man and what an incredible place. Grade 1 listed. I mean, how it survived the bombings and the wars and the 80s, I will never know. But there it is. There it stands. And what a place. Seriously, what a place. If you're ever in the area, it's definitely worth a look, because just purely on architectural grounds, it's phenomenal. But on historical grounds, it's beyond belief. In every way, fascinating, brilliant. It's now in the very safe hands of the Unitarian Church, and a lovely, more sort of embracing, open-hearted, open-minded group of people you couldn't imagine. So thanks so much to him and them, and I thank you very much for watching. I am just thrilled that you've made it this far. Thank you. If you did enjoy it, I'd be super duper thrilled if you would subscribe. Just press the little subscribe button. I post a Feel Good Friday vlog every Friday. And also, if you give me a thumbs up, the little witch's thumbs up, that would be fabulous. So take care. Have a lovely week. Ciao, ciao. And yeah, don't get into too much trouble this Halloween. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.